My name is Martin Tran, and I'm on my socials. I'm known as Calisthenics. I sort of specialize in calisthenics, but also a little bit into weightlifting as well. So hybrid, but mostly calisthenics. That's my sort of thing. I do, I'm as a calisthenics athlete and also a calisthenics online coach. Yes, so I was always this skinny little scrawny kid at school, and it was after school I left school. So after GCSEs I left school, went to do an apprenticeship, and then lockdown hit. And during lockdown I sort of had no sports or anything to do because I've always been a sporty person. I've always done probably every after school club you could think of in terms of sports, and then I sort of had nothing in lockdown, so I started doing calisthenics at the time, which I didn't realize was calisthenics, and it was just push-ups, pull-ups, just the usual, and sit-ups as well. And then when I sort of came out of lockdown, I went into weightlifting, so into the gym. When everything opened back up, went into the gym, started doing just normal weightlifting, and then it was the start of 2024 where I got into calisthenics fully, and I did calisthenics strictly, so no weights, just strictly calisthenics. And since then I've just been progressing, unlocking different skills within calisthenics, opening up different avenues such as into the communities, and even creating my own community as well in that, and I'm trying to progress it even further. Yeah, so with weightlifting, it was me just essentially building up muscle, really. I was really skinny, I was insecure about myself, I was really sort of not in a good space because I was just thinking to myself all the time, oh, I'm just so skinny, I'm not big enough, that sort of thing. And that weightlifting did that for me. I was able to, bulk up a little bit. I, gained muscle mass, and I was, somewhat content with it. And then I discovered calisthenics, like the actual sort of form of calisthenics, and that's when I started. I really enjoyed it, and that's what kind of switched for me, because I enjoyed being able to move my body freely rather than just lift weights. Like I want to be able to do handstands, I want to do tricks on bars, that sort of thing. So a normal week for me, so in terms of my training, to be fair, recently I changed up my plan, to be fair, but nowadays I'm doing, I'm trying to do 2 leg sessions a week. I normally do 2 sessions where full upper body, so that will be my pull workouts and then my push workouts. And obviously I have 2 sessions for legs. The only reason I say that is because I had a really bad injury last year from calisthenics. So I'm just trying to build that back up in terms of my injury, just to strengthen it. Before, I'd only have 1 leg session a week, and I would have the other 3 days as just basically 1 pull day, 1 push day, and then 1 statics day. So that would be either front levers or back levers, working my progression in the planche, and then handstand push-ups, that sort of thing. That was my static sort of day. And then weekends I would rest. And then if there was a event on the weekend, which sometimes there were, like every couple months, then I would go to an event on the weekend, showcase, that sort of thing. But yeah, and that was before my injury. My usual working day in a life, I wake up, I'll get ready for work. I'll normally have my supplements in the morning, so vitamin D, my protein shake. Then I'm off to work. I'll work from 8 till 5, and then from 5 I'll go straight to the gym. That's when I start doing my workouts, depending on what day. Then I get home at around 7, then have my dinner, try and hit as much of my daily intake as possible. And after that, have a bit of chill time. If I film content, I'd edit it through there during that time. If I do have any current clients that I'm coaching, then I would do my daily check-ins then. And after that, little detox, chill out, and then go to sleep. Heavy protein meals, but also heavy in carbs as well, just so it keeps me fueled throughout the day, because I have a quite intensive job. It's quite physically demanding, so I would have protein with quite a bit of carbs, and it will be meal prepped normally at home. So whether that be chicken and rice, like pork and rice, those sort of meals. When I train my skills, I train them with progression. I've had loads of injuries, like last year, especially in my first year of calisthenics. I learned the hard way, where now I'm really honing in on proper warm-ups, proper stretching, also with recovery as well, because from where I've had a shoulder injury, a lower back injury, also wrist injury as well, and elbow injury, I've had to learn and really specialize in strength and conditioning for joints, which has really helped me, really, because now I know what to do in terms of warm-up and also in recovery as well, because when I'm doing my workouts, they're really intense. Like, I do really high intensity workouts and high progression, which also means I put a lot of strain on my CNS, which is another thing as well, where I know and sort of know how to rest and recover, so my CNS isn't fried or super fatigued, and then I'll have to take a deload week. And in worst case that does happen, then I will take a deload week, just focus on mobility, just conditioning and stretching. So I will normally separate them out. So with skills, I will normally do that on my statics day. So calisthenic skills that I do, so like the front lever, back lever, planche progressions, handstand push-ups, those sort of things, that will be on my static days. And then my pull and my push days will be my endurance and strength days. So where I'm doing loads of sets and reps on the bar, if I'm doing loads of sets and reps on the parallettes or on the floor for my push days, that's when I'll do it. If I have plans with like family, friends, then I'll do that. I'll enjoy life, basically. I'll have my life enjoyment on the weekends, but not like, I don't really like club or that sort of thing anymore. That's the old me. That's past now. So I'll normally go to somewhere nice. So I'll go to maybe a botanical garden, maybe film some content with some other creators on the weekends. And like I said earlier, if there are big calisthenics events, then I'll be there. Recently I've learned a very hard lesson. I won't get too much into that, but in terms of training or in calisthenics, I would definitely say the probably biggest mistake I did was when I fell off the bar and injured my back. Like, that was probably my hardest lesson. Biggest mistake. And in terms of lessons wise, would be definitely the mobility, neglecting mobility and conditioning, like joint conditioning, for sure. Because without that in calisthenics, it's really difficult to progress, but also it's also very, very dangerous. Because I know a lot of people in the calisthenics industry that, have made those mistakes and they've had horrific injuries. Okay, so my 3 non-negotiables, I would say, are eating enough. So in terms of diet wise, having enough protein, carbs, fats, that's for sure, because I believe that the nutrition is vital in terms of just life, really. And also another one would be just being active. I hate being not active because I feel so slumped. It's bad in terms of my mental health and also physical health. So regardless of if I need to just have a walk, have a run, or even just do push-ups, just something that will keep me active and keep my body just in the flow rather than just being stagnant. And then my last non-negotiable is having a good balance. So balance with work, life, and fitness as well. Like, I've traveled quite a lot last year, and it kind of opened my eyes in terms of that life balance of doing the fitness, doing the work, but also having time to just relax and contemplate on, what you've achieved and what you can do in life. Because I was really harsh on myself last year because of that. And from when I traveled and now I look back, it's like, I've been to so many of these beautiful places. I've done calisthenics in these beautiful places as well. Like, it showed me that calisthenics is amazing because you can do it anywhere in the world. Like, last year I went to LA, I went to Hawaii, all those places. I was doing basic calisthenics there as well, whether that be pull-ups somewhere or handstands. But yeah, definitely a life balance. Focus on the basics. So I know everyone looks at all these calisthenics athletes doing these crazy skill moves, but everyone started at the basics, and you have to start at the basics, otherwise you will not progress calisthenics. Calisthenics is just one of those things where it is so progression based, and it takes a lot of time to build that muscle memory to do it. So I always say, make sure that you can perform push-up, pull-up, sit-ups with good form and also with high reps. So for pull-ups, I'd say to build up a really good strength to progress in calisthenics, I'd say 8 to 10 reps clean in pull-ups, and over 10 reps of push-ups, again, clean form, and clean reps as well. And then with sit-ups, just having that good core strength is vital for calisthenics. So building up core strength, building the basic foundation strengths, that's my 1. 2 is having good mobility, because you need mobility in calisthenics as well. And my last one is recovery. So whether that be stretching, flexibility, and sleep and diet. I think a very overrated skill in calisthenics is something called the elbow lever. And essentially you're just resting your elbow onto your hip and keeping yourself straight, which is the only reason I say it's overrated is because some people that do it, to be fair, this is more towards the people that do it. They essentially think it's like the best skill in the world. And then they really blow it up in terms of it's the best skill in the world when it's not. Underrated, I would say, is pseudo push-ups. So pseudo push-ups is essentially you're doing a push-up where you're reversed, if that makes sense. Your hands are rotated outwards rather than in front of you. So, and you push with your bicep facing forward. And it is the perfect exercise to basically work with most high-level skills in calisthenics. So, for example, planche progressions or even handstand push-ups as well, because it really builds shoulder strength, like really well compared to any other move that I've done personally. And with pseudo push-ups, it's a really good prerequisite for a lot of high-level skill moves, for knowing how to protract your shoulders really well. So that's why I think it's the most underrated. I think a lot of people think that when someone reaches a certain skill move, like a high-level skill move, they have it like forever, but they don't. So the thing, it is hard for calisthenics athletes, because we constantly have to train certain skill moves, because it's brutal. Because once you get to that skill move, you'll have it for a week, but if you don't train it the next week, you wouldn't even be able to hold it for like 3 seconds. So it's tough in terms of that. So when people say like, oh, this guy has this move, that move, he might have had it in the moment, but he has to really train that move. Like, he or she has to train that move so many times to be able to do that consistently, and to actually fully unlock it, to be able to do it whenever they want. My goal as a calisthenics athlete and coach is to, one, be able to compete. So I want to be able to compete at a high level at some point. So I'm currently building up for that. I'm also building up my own community as well. So I have my own calisthenics community that I set up. It's called TRNX Cali, or Tran X Cali. So that's what I'm also trying to build up. But also in terms of business-wise, my goal is to really open up a business where, on my online coaching, is to be able to have people come to me, and whether they're a beginner, whether they're, an advanced sort of fitness goer, to be like, okay, I want to do calisthenics, but also I want to be able to lock in on, life balance and diet as well. Because in my plans, I sort of I touch on life balance and nutrition, because, like I said, it's really vital in terms of fueling yourself. If you're gonna be high level and you want to perform at a high level, you need to be able to fuel yourself as well with really good food, rather than just a quick easy fixes like junk food, that sort of thing. So my sort of motto for my business is body freedom and body mastery. So body freedom can mean two things. One is you can obviously move your body in really any way you want, be mobile, do things. But second to that is actually having body freedom in the world, if that makes sense. So when whether that be traveling, exploring different things, trying new things, even just exploring a different country or city, but still being able to do movements anywhere. So push-ups, pull-ups, handstands, and stuff like that. And I think that's so beautiful, where if you can do that anywhere in the world, I would say that that's what body freedom is, along with body mastery. Because if you can master your body, then you can unlock body freedom. You can travel the world and not worry about, oh wait, is there a gym here? Oh no, do I need to do this at a gym? But no, you can literally do it in any sort of space. Like, I could just hop outside right now and just do some handstands or push-ups, that sort of thing. So being able to have this strength to master your own body weight, I think is probably the best thing as a human can do.